Hi Saber fan, Scarecrow here with my latest build. Today I've got another Graflex for you. I know I show a lot of these, but they tend to have pretty epic chassis in them, and this one is definitely no exception. Quick rundown, this is the Graflex from A New Hope. This one's made by the Graflex shops. They're Generation 2. It's an extremely accurate representation of a Graflex. I'm very happy with it. This one features Wannawanga grips. I hide all the sound venting under the grips to retain screen accuracy. It's got a Wannawanga D-ring. There is a vintage Exactra bubble strip in here. There's no shine through on the glass eye. I blacked that out with Sugru. Again, screen accuracy. We've got long pins that are polished to match the chassis. And we have a master blade holder from Solo's Hold. This is the new version. This one doesn't have any gap in between the pins, so there's no light shine through. And this one has an added bonus of an accurate blade plug as well. There's no shine through on it. It's got a little push button on it. It's got the correct curvature and everything. So as far as FX replicas go, that is the most accurate you're going to get for a blade holder, blade plug. I'm thrilled with it, really am. But the real star of the show on this one isn't the Graflex. It is, oh, come on, there we go, get into focus. It is this. We have the Mentor chassis from Goth Designs, and this one is truly something special. The client had this printed in all precious metals, or cast I should say, not printed. The blade holder on this one, like I said, it's the Master from Solo's Hold. It's in solid copper. All of the add-ons for it are solid silver. When you go to the crystal chamber, we've got 18K plated brass, Rhodium plated brass in these parts. The caps here are bronze, and these doors are solid silver. Nice weight on these. I can't say enough good things about this chassis. It is just unreal, really. The client wanted something that looked like an AFBB by Anakin in the prequel era, and I think this really pulls it off. This chassis is great too. It's a two-piece design, so if you have it in the Saber, the blade holder's in, you've got the glass eye in, and you want to remove the chassis, all you have to do is pull. And you can leave this in the Saber, remove this, and then when you're done, just slide it right back in. Everything is connected with these pins here to connect the switches and the LEDs. Underneath, these are magnetically held on, so they pop right off and on. On this side, we have the board. I did everything I could to keep the wiring as clean as possible, so everything's underneath except for a few where I didn't have a choice, such as the color channel 1, you have to hook up off a MOSFET, so there's really no way to go underneath the board, and same thing with the speakers because the SD card's under there, so those are the only wires that are up there. I have an SMD LED on the board, and on this side, there we go, this side has a space for a color extender. This one's just a blue-white LED, so we didn't need a color extender on this one. So considering this is such an epic chassis, I really wanted to make sure that this space was used and something nice. On the last one, I did a faux cooling system, kind of a mock cooling system with some copper tubing, went back and forth, illuminated it with red. On this one, I used a fiber optic line and a couple of LEDs to create something that looks like a fuse. I pulled the current regulators off a bad color extender board and mounted those, and underneath this little arch right there is a tiny domed SMD LED that I mounted from behind, so that shines through, and this is wired up on the same channel as the motor for the crystal chamber. So the faster the crystal chamber goes, the brighter that LED is, and it turns off. I've got this set up where you can run the crystal chamber at full speed, half speed, and off, and that red LED works in conjunction with that. And let's go ahead and show you what it looks like when it's turned on. The very first thing is that purple power on LED under the plate there lets you know it's on, and you get the pulse on the crystals here. And let's see, on this side I mounted a SMD LED under there, and I went with gold. I actually turned this part around so that I could create this kind of evil eye look. I liked it a lot more than the open side. I just thought it gave a really cool effect. But let's show you what happens when you turn this on. And as you can see, the motor's not on, so the LED, the red LED isn't on. But let's turn the motor on. See if I can do this without turning the saber off. There we go. And now you can see we have the motor at full speed. So you've got the spinning chamber, and the red LED works in conjunction with that. It's kind of hard to get it on there. And then you have the SMD on this side. And show you that. As you can see, you also have the arc reactor down here. And this is truly just an amazing build. And like I said, if you want, you can always separate it. So if you do have it inside, just do that. Plug it right back in. And turn this off real quick.
Hokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side, kid.
I mean, really, this is just by far the best thing I've ever done. So wanted to go ahead and give you a rundown on that. Show you a little more in here. There are details on top of details on this one. All sorts of little greeblies, add-ons, this and that. I even reworked this area with retainer wire and this and that. Wanted to change up the look. I can't say enough good things about this chassis. It is probably my favorite now. Actually, it is my favorite. They're difficult builds, I'm not going to lie, but they are fun builds, and there's a lot of creativity, which is something I really like about the Goth 3 design stuff. It's great as it is, but he always gives you room for improvement. There's always something, if you want to add on your own special touch, do a little something of your own, you always have the option there. And like I said, that's one of the things I really love about his designs. But just wanted to go ahead and show you that. So I appreciate you looking and hope you enjoyed it, and may the force be with you.